So what kind of shoes should you wear as an athlete? From a broad perspective, there are three different types of shoes. There's aesthetic shoes, there's competition shoes, and there's training or everyday shoes. Aesthetic shoes are those that just look good. Those are what you're gonna wear to go to work or on a nice date. Competition shoes provide some type of competitive advantage for you. So that's the cleats on soccer shoes or field turf shoes. There are the grip or the high ankle supports on basketball shoes, to name a few. Then training or everyday shoes are those that you should be spending the majority of your day in. These shoes have four main components. They should be flat, meaning the heel and toe are on the same level. They should be flexible, meaning that the bent sole is bendable and gets your foot enough range of motion in there. They should be wide in the toe box, meaning that the toe box is wide enough that your toes can spread out and not get squeezed down. And they should have a thinner sole, meaning you should be able to feel the ground and engage so you don't have this big thick cushion underneath you. Unfortunately, most places that sell shoes have absolutely no idea what an athlete should be doing, and they sell almost entirely aesthetic shoes. And if you go into a foot specialist, they're gonna put you in a pronation control shoe or a stability shoe. It's gonna try and fit to your foot. For the same reason we're not wearing corsets to correct posture, we don't want things that are correcting our feet. Your feet are fine the way they are. They're just weak and out of shape. So wearing shoes that allow your feet to move and strengthen and naturally form is huge. As kids, it takes years to develop the arches of your feet. And when you start wearing big, thick shoes that squeeze your toes down, you lose that. So it's gonna take time to build that back up. I highly, highly encourage you to get rid of all the orthotics and stability control shoes, because those are literally keeping your feet in a cast. Now, that doesn't mean they don't have a place or a time, but the problem is that most people that are recommending these have no egress. There's no plan to get out of them. It's just wear these orthotics. There's never a time where you're supposed to get out of it, which is a problem. If you create a better environment for your feet with shoes that have the four characteristics, flat, flexible, thin sole, and wide in the toe box, you will be able to let your feet strengthen as you're moving and doing everything throughout the day. Combining that with a dedicated foot and ankle program, whether it's the foot and ankle program I have or any type of intrinsic muscle engagement or lower leg strengthening program, those will create strong, resilient feet that are resistant from ankle sprains, that don't get plantar fasciitis, and that are strong for what you need to run and jump and do. If you have more questions, I will link to an article I've written that outlines this whole thing below this video. Other than that, get shoes that let your feet be feet.